Hello everyone, welcome to QA Labs for you. Today we are going to discuss something very interesting in this session. Yes, today we are going to discuss about the challenges faced by experienced professionals while switching the job. Most of the time we didn't focus on this topic because majority of us feels that getting a job as a fresher is tough task and after that you will get job very easily. But my friend, reality is totally different. I have figured out some of the pointers which I am going to share with you. You can add on your views in the comment section so that as a community we all help each other in resolving those different challenges. So the first point is skill set. Yes, skill set is very much important for an experienced candidate because organization will always expect a skilled resource. They will only hire you if you have those skills which are required for an open position. But if you will compare the situation with freshers, or even if you will recall your time when you were fresher, does skill set really matters? When an organization will hire a fresher, they are already aware and prepared that they have to invest in the candidate and then only they can get the output. But in case of experienced, they expect resource should start working from day one. So you can understand and differentiate the expectation level. Now discuss the exact problem on this. So the problem is lack of skill set in the candidate. There are several reasons. Candidate might not get chance to work on those projects or those skills which are required by the recruiters or the organization. Candidate himself is a kind of person who is not investing time in learning. Candidate has learned something or enhanced some skills but like didn't get chance to implement practically on real time project. So for this problem I can suggest don't wait for someone to push you to learn new things. As a techie person, it's your first priority that you should always enhance your skill sets. Second, don't wait for the opportunities that organization or your manager will give you. Try to create opportunities for yourself. Like if you think you have learned something, you are confident enough, you are ready to implement it, do it on some dummy projects. Once you will feel confident, try to work on freelancing so that in this way you can get actual benefits from your skill sets. I personally feel that doing n number of courses and taking certificates is only worth it if you are actually implementing those skills somewhere in your journey. So my humble request is keep yourself updated. Second major problem under this, unrealistic skill set expectation. Why I'm saying unrealistic? Because nowadays every organization is looking for multitasking candidate. That's totally fine. I agree with that. But let's take an example of QA profile to explain the same statement. As per current trend, organizations are expecting candidates should be expert in manual testing, good in Java, SQL, should have exposure of API, Appium, Catalan, expertise in Selenium, sound knowledge of CI/CD or DevOps related stuff. Now understand, same GD is being sent by recruiters to 2 to 4 years, 4 to 6 and 6 to 9 years of experienced professionals. Practically it is not possible that a candidate can get chance to work on all tools or all technologies, right? Might be 4 years of experience candidate didn't get chance to work on real time automation project, or might be he has only worked on Selenium. So until unless expectations shouldn't be realistic, organization will not get the suitable candidate, because whenever someone will see the JD like this, he will not apply for the job, or if he will apply or somehow he will crack the interview and he didn't get profile as per his expectation, he will leave the job very soon. At least my kind of person will definitely not apply. Even I will call HR and ask, are you looking for a team or a resource? Because as per the GD it looks like you are looking for a team, not for a single resource. So my humble request to all the HR recruiters that please share GD as per the correct expectations. If you want to add on something on the skill set part, please comment your views. Now, second point is confidence and communication skills. Yes, in most of the cases, some of the experienced candidate faces this thing due to lack of technical knowledge, and sometimes due to company environment they never get chance to improve their com skills. So as a professional, as an experienced candidate, we should always work on our com skills, always try to build confidence to explain things in a very better manner, because from interviewer point of view, they will always try to judge you on the basis of your communication skills, on the basis of your confidence, because if they will hire you, they will assign you some post. Some of the, I can say, some freshers will work under you. Okay, you have to lead some projects. So in this way, if you have confidence, if you have communication skills, you can manage those things. Otherwise you will not be suitable for the position. So from interviewer point of view or from the organization point of view, this particular factor is very much important. Okay, so we all have to work on this if you feel that there is a lack of confidence or communication skills. Okay, now the third factor is notice period. Yes, in most of the organizations, notice period is of 2 months. In some of them, I can say 3 months are also there. But as per the current situation, at the same time, same organizations are looking for immediate joiners. They are doing this because they don't want to give time to the candidates for any better offer from them, but they are holding a candidate's profile for getting better and cheaper resource. So I think this is not a good practice for both, not for the professional, or I can say for the employee and the employer. I think we both should respect each other and try to work on those conditions which are like suitable for both. Because as a professional, I can say, if I'm working on some organization and if I'm going to quit the job, I have to serve notice period as per the policy, either 2 months or 3 months, correct? So employer or organization should also respect that thing, and don't, I can say, don't reject the offer on the basis of this notice period. Because I have seen that most of the organizations are not giving chances to the candidates because they have 3 months of notice period or 2 months of notice period. It doesn't doesn't depend on the candidate, correct? It depends on the organization, depends on the policies, correct? So I'm requesting all the HR recruiters that try to work on this notice period part, so that maximum of the opportunities can be open for all the candidates. Fourth point is expected CTC. Yes, it is also an important factor. Like in present days, there is a third party payroll concept which is very emerging, and due to that, efficient and skilled resources are getting less salary as compared to candidates on payroll job in the same organization. This difference creates a big gap in expected CTC between payroll and a third party candidate. Okay, in this case, recruiter will definitely select for the candidate who is expecting low CTC. But from a professional point of view, try to understand, every professional will try to get a job on direct payroll, not on the third party. But if organizations are approaching via only third party, then how they can like proceed further? As an experienced professional, we don't want to work on third party, correct? Because on third party, there are less, I can say, less benefits as compared to the direct payroll. Okay, so I think organization has to rectify the policies. Either they only work with the, I can say, third party, or if they have direct payroll concept, try to like hire the candidates on direct payroll instead of doing this thing. Fifth point is contract to hire. Yes, contract to hire type, this role is also coming nowadays. Organization don't want to spend their money on candidates for providing extra benefits, and mainly they are doing cost cutting by doing this. So this is beneficial for the organization but not for the candidates. Candidates feels job insecurity in this particular type of role. So I think in India mainly, if there is a contract to hire job, most of the professionals will not apply for that particular job. Okay, so again, I'm requesting to HR recruiters, try to think on that part also. You can try to come up with permanent roles. Okay, so that if there are actual opportunities, so candidates can avail those opportunities on time. So these are the pointers which I have figured out as a challenge for an experienced person while switching the job. You can also comment some other pointers in the comment section so that we all can discuss on different pointers. Thank you everyone for watching. Keep learning, keep growing.